Hi, team. I'm so excited to see you. And I know that it still might feel a little bit silly that you're learning from your home and I'm teaching from my house. And that's okay if you feel that way. It's actually okay, whatever way you feel, because this experience, having to stay healthy and having to stay safe while staying at home, it can make you feel lots of things. And so, remembering from last week that we have all sorts of strategies we can use to work through our feelings. Yeah, you could talk about it with a safe adult. You can write about it. You can belly breathe. And you can tell your mind, it's okay to feel these things. I don't have to feel happy all the time, but I know I have strategies in my toolkit to work through these feelings. When I say got it, you say check. Got it? Got it? Check. Good job. I hope that you're going to like the story we're reading today. Because just like we're readers and just like we're mathematicians, this week we also get to be scientists. So say it after me. We are scientists. Yeah, give yourselves 3 snaps. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we're going to have a reading job and a science job because I know that you guys are so amazing at exploring the world around you. So let's see what our job is today. Ooh, there's the reading one at the top. Say it after me. I can ask questions about a text. So go like this. Say question. Yeah, question. Question is like an I wonder. Let's make a question mark in the air. Ready? Boop. That's what you do after you ask a question. You're wondering something. And then we have a science job because we're scientists. It says, I can observe and describe patterns in the sky. Yeah, let's spread out the word sky. Ready? Sky. And I chose to do this one this week because I think that you could go be a scientist outside and observe and describe patterns in the sky and be able to write about it. Yeah, and wait a second. The story today, it's called The Reasons for the Seasons. And the author and illustrator, it looks like she just made it all by herself, is Gail Gibbons. Now you might be wondering, wait a second, Miss Shea, I thought you said we were learning about patterns in the sky, and now the title is telling me that this story is going to be about the seasons. Well, did you know that the seasons are created by patterns in the sky? Yeah. So we're going to get to read about that more today. So, sitting up so straight and tall. Even though we're at home, good readers still sit up so straight and tall. Good readers still keep their hands in their lap. Yeah, because what we do with our hands goes straight to our brain. You got it. Good readers turn on their thinking brain. And good readers think about our job today. Oh yeah, we're going to ask questions. Now, really good readers ask questions before, during, and they keep asking questions after a text. So let's ask some questions about this text. It's called The Reasons for Seasons. Okay, Miss Shea was already wondering something because I know that this story is going to be about seasons. It's going to be about patterns in the sky. And I see some things. I see a cloud, I see flowers and leaves, and I see a really big star. That's the sun. Yeah. So Miss Shea already wondered some things. I wonder why the days are longer in springtime. And I'm wondering that because in springtime and summertime, it feels like I get to play outside longer, like it stays lighter longer. Ooh. I also wonder that I'm making a connection to something I've read before that says that the earth tilts or it moves. And I'm wondering why I don't feel it because I don't feel the earth moving. Do you? Yeah, we don't feel it. So touch your brain. Think about some things that you're wondering. Keep them in your brain. Let's see if we can read to find out these wonders. The reason for seasons. Oh, the title's so important that they write it twice. You're right. Okay, I'm going to scooch up for you guys. Spring, summer, autumn. Oh yeah, autumn's another word for fall. Winter, These are the 4 seasons of the year. Ooh, great. Looks like this text is going to teach us information. It must be nonfiction. That's great for a scientist. The sun warms the surface of Earth, the planet we live on. The tilt of Earth in relation to the sun changes throughout the year. This is what makes the seasons. Okay, so say the word tilt. Tilt, yeah. Put your hand like this. This is a tilt. It goes back and forth. So a tilt isn't like a spin. A tilt means that it angles differently back and forth. Yeah. So sun and earth. Okay, yeah, there's labels because it's a nonfiction text. Each season lasts about 3 months. 4 seasons make up a year. That's how long it takes for Earth to revolve. Ooh, let's say that word. Still a little chin drop for it. Ready? Revolve. Good job. Revolve. 2 syllables. That's an important word. I'm going to keep it in my brain. I'm going to reread. That's how long it takes the Earth to revolve or make one trip around the sun. As Earth circles the sun, different parts of Earth are closer to the sun than others. This affects the amount of light and heat, oh yeah, like the warmth they receive. So before we begin reading about spring, I want you to look at the picture, think about what we just learned, and ask yourself, what are you wondering about the text? Yeah, good readers and scientists wonder things about the text. Let's see. Miss Shea wonders, where is the Earth when it's springtime? Because she knows that it's springtime right now. What are you wondering? Really great, I wonders. So now let's read this section called spring. Oh yeah, that's the season we're in right now. Because the month that we're in, yeah, is March. And so we're in springtime. The spring equinox. In the northern hemisphere, spring begins about March 21st. This is the season when more sunshine causes cooler air to be replaced by warmer air. Yeah, that's why it gets nicer outside. In the southern hemisphere, autumn is beginning. The first day of spring is called the spring equinox. Can you say that word with me? Spring equinox. Let's read to find out what that means. When spring begins in the northern hemisphere, Earth has moved along its path so that the sun is directly opposite to the equator. On this day, daylight and darkness are the same length of time over the entire Earth. Oh, I'm going back to one of the I wonders. I wondered why the days were longer in spring. But it's saying at the beginning of spring there's a day. Ooh, let's reread. It says, daylight and darkness are the same length of time. Wow. These are some things that happen in springtime. There's migration. Let's syllable chin drop that word. Ready? Migration. Clap it out. Migration. 3 syllables. Are you wondering what migration is? That's a good wonder. Let's read. Spring is the season when some birds that have been away for the winter return again. This is called migration. It's when the birds come back. Some whales migrate too. Some animals that slept all winter. Oh yeah, we know that that's called hibernation. Say hibernation. Hibernation. The initial sound in hibernation is h, h. Some animals that slept all winter, that's hibernation, wake up and look for food. Spring winds are good for kite flying. Oh yeah, when I've been playing outside, it's been really windy. It is the season when everything seems to come alive. Trees grow new leaves and flowers bloom. Some crops are planted. Slowly, the days become longer because the part of Earth is tilted more toward the sun. We see the sun is higher in the sky. More direct sunlight reaches the ground for longer periods of time. Direct sunlight means that the sun's facing us. It's going directly towards us. Wow. So are you wondering anything about spring? We'll keep that in your brain. I'm going to keep reading about the new season. Yeah, summer. Isn't it interesting that patterns in the sky, we can predict them? We can use patterns in the sky to predict the seasons. Summer begins about June 21st. The northern hemisphere is tilted more towards the sun than any other time of the year. It is the warmest season. We knew that. The first day of summer is the longest day of the year. On this day, we see the midday sun at the highest point in the sky. The hottest days of summer take place after the summer begins because Earth keeps absorbing more heat. Well, that's a good word too for our scientists. Say absorbing. Absorbing means you're soaking it in, you're taking it in. So the Earth is taking in all the heat and it gets really hot. Yeah, the temperature rises. Flowers and plants grow under the warm sun. Many animals are busy raising new families. Oh yeah, because in springtime, a lot of animal babies are born. So the next season, summer, that's when they're teaching their babies. In the summertime, people have fun outdoors. They can go to a beach, swim in a lake, or read under the shade of a big tree. During summer, daylight is long. Oh yeah, because it stays longer outside so I can play more outside. We see the sun is high in the sky. Show me high. Yep, it's the highest in the sky during what season? Summer, very good. It might still be daylight at bedtime. The nights are shorter. Ooh, wow. So before we read about autumn or fall, let's rethink. We've learned about summer and we've learned about, oh yeah, at the beginning we've learned about spring. What are we wondering about those? Keep those wonders in your brain so we can learn about fall or autumn. Patterns in the sky help us predict the seasons. So we'll get to read about where Earth and Sun are to create autumn. Autumn begins about September 21st. That's like a little bit after the school year starts. It is the season when the air starts to get cooler. The leaves of some trees turn to beautiful colors and fall to the ground, which is why some people call this season fall. Oh, I didn't know that. The first day of autumn is called the autumn equinox. When autumn begins in the northern hemisphere, Earth has moved along its path so the sun is directly opposite the equator again. On this day, daylight and darkness are about the same length of time over the entire Earth. Oh yeah, I'm making a connection to springtime. Some birds migrate to warmer climates. Yeah, because in autumn, if the air is getting cooler, then the birds might need to leave and go to a warmer place. Animals prepare themselves for the long, cold season to come, because what's coming? Winter, yeah. Children go back to school in many places. It is harvest time. Farmers gather their crops. There are country fairs, too. The air becomes cooler because the northern hemisphere is tilted farther away from the sun. Well, yeah, so there's not as much heat getting to us. The days grow shorter and the nights become longer. We see the sun is lower in the autumn sky. Okay, let's read about our last season. You knew it, winter. Give yourselves a hula hula. Hula hula, hula hula. And remember, good readers, even at home, are still sitting up so straight and tall with their eyeballs on. Very good. In the northern hemisphere, winter begins about December 21st. This is the time of year that the northern hemisphere is tilted farthest away from the sun. It is the coldest season of the year. Show me cold. Freezing, shivering. In the southern hemisphere, summer is beginning. Oh yeah, so in the northern hemisphere where we're at, that's winter. But all the way on the other side of the globe would be the opposite season, summer. The first day of winter is the shortest day of the year. On this day, we see the midday sun at its lowest point in the sky. In early times, the first day of winter was celebrated as a festival to honor light. The coldest days of winter come after winter begins because Earth keeps losing the heat it gained in the summer. Leaves are gone for most of the trees. Oh, yeah, because I know that it'd be hard for trees to grow when it's this cold out. There aren't as many birds. Some animals sleep all winter. That's called hibernation. Let's syllable chin drop it. Ready? Hibernation. Hibernation. 4 syllables. Often it is very cold. It may be time for ice skating, skiing, and making snowmen. Some people wear winter coats, jackets, mittens, and hats. Sometimes it's nice to stay indoors. During winter, daylight is short and the nights are long. Ooh, that sounds like it's the opposite of summer. We see the sun low in the sky. Sometimes it's even dark before winter, before dinner. Areas near the equator, say that word again, equator, have little temperature change during the year. These places are hardly affected by the tilt of Earth. Instead, the seasons are marked by alternating rainy or dry periods. Oh yeah, but where we live in St. Louis, we're not really close to the equator, so we do experience all 4 seasons, and that's how we know what pattern's going on in the sky. Let's review. What season is it when flowers grow and the birds come back? Spring. Good job. Give yourself 3 snaps. 1, 2, 3. Okay, look at this picture. What season is it when the days are the longest and the nights are the shortest? Summer. Give you some shine. What season is it when leaves start falling from the ground and we begin to crop and harvest? Fall or autumn. And then what season is it when the days are the shortest, the sun is really low, and the nights are the longest? Winter. Yeah. So Earth and its many relationships to the sun are the reasons for the seasons. Well, this book helped us learn more about the 4 seasons, and it also introduced us to patterns in the sky, which we're going to continue to keep reading the rest of the week. So you make sure that you're wondering things. You can wonder about the seasons, you can wonder about the sun, you could even wonder about the earth. And then that way we're going to keep learning about it later this week. Bye, team.